world is very close to a big disaster. One bad decision could start a fire no one can stop. I will speak slowly and clearly so everyone understands. Russia is watching what is happening in the Middle East. If the United States attacks Iran, this will not stay a small war. It could turn into something much bigger and very dangerous. America says it wants peace, but sending warships and making threats does not look like peace. This is how big wars usually start. Iran is its own country. It is not a toy. It is not a target for power games. Russia will not accept another country being attacked just to show strength. Some leaders think pushing harder makes others obey. That is wrong. When you push too much, people push back. And when people push back, wars begin. If bombs fall on Iran, the whole region could explode into chaos. Oil prices will rise. Countries will suffer. Innocent people will pay the price. This is not anger. This is a warning. Russia does not want war. But Russia will not stay silent while others risk starting World War III. Stop, talk, think, because once a big war starts, no one wins.
All right. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach, Kodash. All right, man, that's who this world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue. Right, with Yahweh being my heavenly Father, right, who the world ignorantly calls God, once again, whose name truly is Yahweh, right, his name means He is, right, and then who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose true name is Yahweh Shai, right, whose name means He is our Redeemer, right, in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew as well, right. I'll also like to start this video off by giving double honors to the elder apostles across the four corners of this earth, right, who uphold, push, and teach this 100% truth day in and day out, and continue to prophesy the downfall of this place, Babylon the Great, aka America, right, and we know that 100% truth lies within Great Millstone under Elder Apostle Tahar and on down, right. I also had to give a shout out, Salakim, also had to give double honors, right, to the elder of the Men of Israel camp, the Kazak, who I also teach out here in Greenville, South Carolina, right. Also had to give a shout out to you Akim. Akim means brothers, right, in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. So you Akim across the four corners of this earth. That's also our pushing and teaching this 100% truth day in and day out, and making our call and election sure to the best of our ability. Right, and so y'all like to say shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, it's the Akdabak coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Once again with another exhortation and lesson. Right, and with this one, right, as you can see by the title and as you can see by the clip that I put in the beginning, that's the clip that I'm talking about, man. Putin giving a cold warning, right? Putin, right? If you don't know who Putin is, that is Vladimir Putin. He is the basically he's in the forefront of Russia. He is the to be specific, he's basically the Trump in Russia. Basically, he's the president in Russia. That's basically who Putin is. Vladimir Putin is in the forefront of Russia, right? And he gave a warning, right? And he was basically saying in that clip, as you can see, if anyone tries to strike, basically he was talking about the U.S. first and foremost. So Putin was basically talking to Trump in like in a different format, but he was basically talking to Trump for real, and was saying, you know, Trump is trying to force them to do a couple things and try to say it's all peace, but it's not peace because he's trying to force them to do things that they're not going to do, right? And basically was saying, Putin was saying, if Trump strikes Iran, that is going to be cause for World War III, and there's not going to be no stopping it. It's not going to be no hold to it. It's going, if they strike Iran, like what did he say in the clip? He said Iran is not a toy, right? Iran is their own place. Iran is their own country or whatever, whatnot, right? And they're backing Iran. Right? Russia, Vladimir Putin is backing Iran. So if Trump continues to mess with Iran or strikes Iran, it's going to be consequences for it, and that will ultimately be World War III, right? And so that's that cold warning that he gave him, right? And the first thing when I seen that clip, right, of Vladimir Putin saying that, it brought immediately to my mind the book of Ezekiel, right? So let's go ahead and jump to it. Right, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, right? And I'm gonna start at the top, right? It says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Mashah and Tabal, and prophesy against him. Right? When you go into this, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. The land of Magog is going into Russia. That's going into Russia, right? So it's a reason that I'm reading this scripture first, right? To bring out the context of what I'm going to jump down to later on in this verse, right? Because as you can see with the title, it has Salakim. As you can see with the title, it has, I put evil thought and then I put Putin's cold warning, right? But I wanted to bring out the context of who is this evil thought going to, right? And this evil thought is going to, when it goes into the set thy face against God, the land of Magog, that's going into Russia. Therefore, I'm talking about Vladimir Putin, right? Now, I wanted to bring context to that. You can look it up yourself as well, but the land of Magog is going into Russia, right? Now, let me jump down, same chapter, but let me jump down, right? And this is the point that I wanted to hit on, and this is the verse that, these are the verses that came to my mind as soon as I seen that clip of Vladimir Putin giving a cold warning basically to Trump, right? Right in this book of, once again, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, right, this verse 10. It says, thus saith Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind. Now it's a specific reason of why I read verse 2 before I jump down to verse 10, right? Because we needed to get the context of who this is going to happen to. Right, so we understand already off verse 2, this is speaking about Russia, the land of Magog, Gog and Magog. This is speaking about Russia, right? Who's the forefront? Who's the face of Russia, right? Let's look it up, right? So I already looked it up, and I said, who's the face of Russia? You can look it up yourself. I'm also going to show it right here. Let me lock in on it. Who's the face of Russia, right? Let me see if I can. Going into this man right here. That man being right there. What does it say? Vladimir Putin, right? Vladimir Putin, he's been the face of Russia. He's been having held power as even president or prime minister since 1999. Putin is the face of Russia. Vladimir Putin is the face of Russia. Like I said, he's the how Trump is the president over here. He's the Trump over there. He's the face. Just like Trump is the face of America, Vladimir Putin is the face of Russia. So when I was speaking about the land of Gog, the land of Magog, I'm talking about Russia. I'm talking about Vladimir Putin, so Russia. So when you jump down to verse 10, and it says, and it shall also come to pass that in the same time things shall come into thy mind. Whose mind is it talk? Whose mind am I talking about? Vladimir Putin's, man. Therefore, he is the face of Russia. And that cold warning is showing proof that the scriptures are once again correct. Putin has that cold, Putin has this evil, Putin has these things coming into his mind. What are the things that are that it says at the same time shall things come into thy mind? What are the things coming to thy mind? Coming against America. Absolutely. In that cold warning, what was he saying? You do this, we're coming to you. Because they are back behind Iran. Russia's behind Iran. Therefore, they're going to stand with Iran, right? And they're going to do what? If America goes and mess with Iran or bombs Iran or whatever the case be, Russia's coming to bomb and mess with the U.S. Those are the thoughts that the scriptures are going into, right? All right, let's keep reading. Let me finish that. Right, it says, and at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. What is the evil thought? Do something you want to, I'm going to do something to you. Talking to Trump, talking to bringing bombs to America, bombing America, man. That's that cold warning. He's giving a cold warning. That is that evil thought of coming against this place, Babylon the Great, aka America, man. Putin is telling you, do something to Iran, and I'm coming for you. Russia will send nukes and bomb, just like the U.S. would try to bomb Iran. Russia is going to bomb the U.S. if that happens. And he said there will be no stop to it. He said this is exactly how big wars begin. Trump is trying to push with force, and Putin is giving him a warning. once again, because this is not the first time Putin is giving Trump a warning. This is not the first time. This is probably like the 5th or 6th time, or something to that nature. Trump is giving warnings and telling them, don't do that, because if you do that, hey, do that you want to, it's gonna be a problem. That is basically what Trump is. That is basically what Vladimir Putin is telling Trump, and it's identical to the scriptures. That is the evil thought. Putin is showing you that thought. Come against Iran you want to, and I'm going to nuke America. Innocent people will be harmed because of you and what you do. Right? Whatever you better watch yourself carefully if you do something to Iran, because he's going to show you that evil thought, and that evil thought is going to be coming and bombing America, man. Right? But wait, let me not jump the gun. How do we know this is that we already identified that this is talking about the land of Magog and things are going into Russia. Who's the face of Russia? Vladimir Putin. But how do we know it's America? Let's keep reading, right? Continuing on, I'm gonna read verse 10 and I'm gonna go straight down into verse 11, right? Ezekiel 38, verse 10 and 11, it says, thus saith Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, right? Verse 11, it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. Hold on. I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. It says, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. Whoa. That are at rest, that dwell safely. Who is the only place who pushes peace and safety every day? Who pushes, oh, we're good, we have the best military in the world. We're the best at everything. No one's gonna touch us. Who is the nation that portrays that? America. America is the ones that portrays that, man. America, everybody can get into America. Why do you think they have so many? I'm not even going to say immigrants, because they ain't immigrants, but how America tries to portray immigrants, they get into America easy. It's so many people that's not supposed to be here, quote unquote, using their words. So many people that's not supposed to be here that get here easily just because they come through like it's nothing. They do this with, like I said, like it's nothing. You got people that walked from India and got into America. You got people that come from all over that come straight into America. It's the land of unwalled villages, right? It says, and then so that's how you already can identify this is America, the land of unwalled villages. Come on, everybody can get into to this place, right? So that's number one. Then when it says, I will go up to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. Who also, like I said, who pushes that? Who pushes? Oh, we're good, we're safe. We don't need to worry about nothing. This, that, and the third. Strike two. That's America. That's America, man. Just like how you have China. They have their Great Wall, that barrier. You have China that's doing. China has that, and many other countries have that. China are always on go. China's always on their toes. You can tell by how they carry themselves, right? Those that dwell safely, America's the only one that push that. Oh, you're safe. You're safe. You're safe, right? America's the only ones that push that. Go look at these other countries. They're not pushing that shit. They don't even want outsiders to really come in for real. You know what I'm saying? But America says, the land of the free, home of the brave. Come as you are type shit. That's what America does. America pushes that, right? So that's a strike two already, how we can identify this is talking about America. Through the scriptures, this is talking about America, right? It says that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. That, come on, man. That's strike three. This America. So that's how we already are able to identify. This is talking, this evil thought is already going into Russia, going into Vladimir Putin, right? Having this evil thought. He's showing you and he's telling you he has this evil thought. He's giving out warnings. He's telling you, stop trying to poke the bear. Because you keep trying to poke the bear, we're going to unleash on you. You keep messing with our people. You keep messing with people who we're in cahoots with, want to be big, bold, and strong, want to continue to try to push and force things that they're not that they don't want, keep doing that, and he's going to show these evil thoughts that he's having in the forefront. He's going to show it. He's warning you. That's why he sent out this cold warning. And he even said, I'm going to say this slowly so everybody can understand me. He said that in the clip. Go back and watch it. This is things that Putin are saying. He's showing you. Test his patience, and he's going to show you the things that are roaming in his mind, that are roaming in his heart. He's ready to send something off. You can tell. He done sent so many warnings and having to tell America, you better sit down. You can tell it's in his heart. He's ready to be able to, hey, fire that off. Hit the button. Going up there. He's ready to send these nukes to this place to destroy this place, America, man. Vladimir Putin, absolutely, that's what's going to happen. That's why he's sending warnings, man. That's why he's sending warnings. He's ready to show you that he's ready to put out in the forefront these evil thoughts. He is, man. He is. Right? And let me grab this real quick because, and this is what's going to blow a lot of people, man, because this is America that continue to say, you know, but we're at peace, that dwelling safely, right? Peace and safety. America is the ones that's saying that, right? But what does the scripture say about people who say that? People who scream peace and safety, right? This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, quick hitter, verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail a woman with child, and they shall not escape. For when they shall say peace and safety, America keeps screaming that. America keeps screaming peace and safety. Peace and safety, peace and safety, peace and safety. America keeps screaming that. So while America is still screaming peace and safety, oh, okay. Then sudden, what does it say? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Then Vladimir Putin is going to be like, beep, hit the button. Hit the button. Fire them off. They have missiles that can get over here in like 20 minutes. Do you know how far away Russia is from America? They have missiles that can get over here in 20 minutes. Do you know how fast that missile is? They have missiles that they won't be intercepted. They won't be intercepted. They have missiles of this caliber, man. Vladimir Putin is not playing. He's not sending out these warnings for no reason. He's telling Trump, stop poking the bear. Stop. Because once you keep poking the bear, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's right. America won't be able to escape. America will not be able to escape. Once these nukes start firing off, because once Russia's in the forefront, absolutely. Once Russia sends off those missiles, do you know who's also behind Russia? China. You think China not gonna be on go? China already done said if Russia shoot off a missile, we shooting off a missile. What's up? China has already said these things. They're standing with Russia. China has already, if Vladimir Putin fires off a missile, best believes a missile coming from China too. So now you got all these missiles starting to come to America. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, man. That's what's going to happen, man. So that evil thought that's in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, that's going into Russia with Russia and Vladimir Putin, man. He's telling you, he's sending out warnings. Chill out. To bring it into simpler terms, he's telling you, chill out. All right, now calm down. You keep trying to poke the bear. You keep trying to poke the bear. I'm trying to give you a warning. I'm trying to give you multiple warnings. You better chill. Because if you don't chill, then sudden destruction shall cometh upon you, as travail a woman with child, and they shall not escape, man. They shall not escape. There's not going to be nothing Trump can do, because Russian missiles is already on another level. Then when you have China coming with their missiles as well, ball game, you might as well go and wrap it up. You might as well go and wrap it up, man. You know? You might as well go and wrap it up. It's going to be is what it is. It's going to be is what it is, man. And it's not going to be nothing America would be able to do about it, because they have missiles that can't be intercepted, man. They have these missiles that can't be intercepted. So keep messing with Iran you want to. Do something to Iran and we're going to do something to you. That is what is being said, man. That is what's being said from Vladimir Putin. Go back and watch the clip. Of course, Vladimir Putin doesn't speak English, so it was translated of what he was saying in Russian. What he was saying in Russian, they translated it to English. And he specifically, you hear him say, I'm going to say this slowly so everybody can understand me. Therefore, saying he's talking slow enough to where everybody can translate to whatever language they need to hear what he's saying so he can get his message across. That if you continue to mess with Iran or do something to Iran, you're going to be at the cause. This is going to be the cause that's going to officially start war. Because World War III has started, but it ain't really started. Because a World War III is actually going to start when the missiles start flying. So do something to them, and these missiles are going to start flying, and we're going to be on you. And it's not going to be nothing you can do about it, man. That's what they're telling Trump. That's what they're showing. Right? That is what they're showing. They're telling him. You know? But that's just a quick hitter, basically. Honestly, just through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, I ran across that clip and I had to come and exhort upon it, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. But once again, that evil thought, according to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, it's tying into Vladimir Putin and this cold warning that he's sending out. America don't play, because once you continue to poke the bear, it's only going to be so many times you poke the bear in this ball game, man. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and end it, man. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Shalom.